Hello, here I am at last. You have been waiting for me, but you didn't know it. Because sometimes you just don't know things. I'm going to talk about Sjogrens syndrome. And it's very difficult for foreigners to pronounce that name. In order to pronounce it correctly, I guess you just have to be a Swede. And I am a Swede. So, and the one who discovered Sjogrens syndrome, his name was Henrik Sjögren or Henrik Sjogren. So, I have listened to all of you who have been talking about Sjogrens syndrome, Sjogrens syndrome, Sjogrens syndrome, and so on. Some of you have been upset, frustrated, and very angry. Who invented this hopeless name? Well, you know, it's difficult with foreign languages. It's difficult for me now. I'm trying to speak sort of your language. Not everybody's from US, okay. But it's not easy for me to speak English, because in Swedish we form most of our sounds just behind our teeth. Very close to the teeth. And in American English it's very backwards. Sjogren. No, I cannot do that. I'm sticking to some kind of standard English mixed with Swedish, or perhaps it's Canadian English, because I had a Canadian boyfriend for 7 years. He was speaking such a easy kind of English I could actually try to learn, and I think I learned from him. And we all need teachers. Now, the one who discovered this syndrome, his name was Henrik Sjogren, and he discovered it in the 30s. Sorry, I'm very nervous. Never done this before. Okay. It takes time for knowledge to spread, so I don't know how much credit he got for this discovery. But he was going to hold a lecture in the beginning of the 80s, and there would be people from all over the world. He would get flowers and credit. He died just before this event. And I tell you that because I want you to feel some compassion and some sympathy for Henrik Sjögren, who gave you this diagnosis. And don't hate me. It's my maiden name. It's my family name. This is a typical Swedish name. So if you don't hate Sweden and if you don't hate me, please stop now to hate Sjogrens syndrome. I will give you a short lesson here. Sjö means lake, gren means branch, whatever. You don't have problems with sh. You have problems with the vowels. There are many difficult vowels, all of them are difficult. E, I, Y, Ä, Ö, for example. Two of them are in Sjögren. Ö and E or Ä. I mean, you can make it shorter. So, now, what should we do here? Imagine that you're going to kiss a baby on the cheek, and you form your lips round. You make them round, and then you kiss. So, you have to use some muscles here and form them like an O. Before you can say Ö. Ö. I know, it seems very odd now. So, and Sjogren, en. Not Sjogren. So it is a short E. Sjogren. It's not that short. Sjogren. Okay. Not even I can do this. So, Now what's left is to sort of repeat it sometimes so that you hear it clearly. Sjogren. Sjogrens syndrome. My name is Sjogren, 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 Sjogrens syndrome. And now it's completely up to you how you want to express yourself, how you want to try to pronounce it. I'm not forcing anything on anybody. I'm just, I was to fight against Google Translate. They say that you should pronounce it like Sjogrens syndrome. Sjogren, Sjogren, Pravda, Russia. This isn't Russia. I'm sorry, but no, we are not that far east. No. Our closest neighbor is Norway, Denmark, Germany, and actually England. I mean, if you have a boat, it's not so far to England, really. We have Germanic languages. We in Sweden don't speak Slavic languages or language. So now I think I've tried my best to sort this out. Now the thing is, God, help me. I must put this out on the internet. I must know how you do it, and I must stand for me. Being me, I'm a bit odd. I am not typically Swedish, I'm typically SB. I am very intense in my feelings, and I express feelings much more than an ordinary Swede does. So don't think that, oh, it's a typical Swede. No, it's not. It's a typical female person with Asperger's syndrome. Because we are not, as men, different brains, different kind of deviations, usually. So next time, if there is a next time, then I will tell you what happened to me during the 32 years I've been living with secondary Sjogren's syndrome. And I know there's a difference between primary and secondary. The profile is not the same. But some things are the same. You dry out, you go from grape to raisin. And this is a serious thing. From the beginning I thought, oh, it's a small thing. I have rheumatoid arthritis. It's a big thing. I've operated my joints 19 times. I've been eating chloroquine, methotrexate, and other shit. I've gone through flare-ups. I've been close to death. But that's pretty good. I mean, to be close to death, because then you might get a near-death experience. I did. I talk about that at another event. Now I will just leave you with this, and I will say something that never can be said in this atheistic country. You just cannot talk and then end everything with saying, God bless you. And now I have done that, and that feels so good. See you.